see that plane? I don't know if you see it. That's a real plane. It's a commercial plane. And those streaks are left by military planes posing as commercial planes to block the sun out. Um, so there's one over there. There's one, like I said, there. There's one that went that way. There's another one that went that way. Excuse me, there's ones off in the distance. You see the streaks, the lines. Now, they do this a couple years ago. They started doing it only in the morning and the evening, like when sunrise and sunset. Now they have to do it pretty much throughout the day. It is March 17th, 2019 on their calendar. But what I've noticed is that living in the state of North Carolina is that if they didn't spray, it would probably be 80 degrees straight through the year. From like, we probably would not have a winter at all. They do this to keep down the ultraviolet index. So they'll spray like a day. Today they said it was going to be sunny, and the high would be 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Apparently it is not sunny. It is sunny, but they're going to see those lines, those artificial clouds that they're spraying. Later on today it will be cloudy, and here's another one coming. I mean, those are not commercial airlines, and those are not contrails condensation. They're actually chemicals. How you can tell is that in the midday, when the sky is saturated with these artificial clouds, there's going to be a halo around the sun, and it's going to look like a rainbow because whatever they're spraying has metallic properties to it. I'm sure I'm not the only one who see that's a real plane. It flies lower than the commercial. I mean that plane right there. That's all the way up there. And I believe if I had my Nikon, I could zoom in to it. But this is my my note. Well, it's pretty good for a note. Yeah. So they're definitely spraying something, because we just saw a plane fly by and there was nothing behind it, no condensation. So these planes are coming quite frequently. Here's another one. And there's not that many flights. See that? There's another one. There are not that many flights. And they'll do this all day. They will literally do this all day, because it's gotten so bad. The sun is getting brighter. And I know that they tell us a lot of false information, but it's half truths. Like, it's getting hotter. And because the sun is getting brighter, ultraviolet radiation is going to be more. Like it's going to be more ultraviolet radiation. So people who cannot withstand that are not going to be able to survive. So as you can see, there's another plane. There's another real plane in the same path. Nothing. Maybe that's the same plane that keeps circling. Maybe they're watching me. I don't know. Who knows? But all I know is that that's a commercial plane. And those planes are not. Now, we've seen another plane go in that same path. That same path. See that? This is following. And I guarantee they're coming to come with more. There's another one. That's a real plane. Where's the real plane? I can't. It's kind of bright. Yeah, there it goes. It's a real plane. Nothing behind it. Huh. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, so, but what they're doing is like, that stuff is throwing the animals off, because the animals, I watch them, and they come earlier and earlier. There are two hawks that come and they perch in one of those trees over there, two of them, and they come earlier and earlier. And because they're spraying, it's like the animals saying, "Hey, it's springtime, but you guys are messing with the weather." Like there's a reserve in the back, and the frogs mate, and you hear like hundreds of thousands of frogs just making little noise. But because they make it cold by putting these artificial clouds, they kill off the wildlife that think, "Hey, it's springtime." So, but they're messing with the weather, so they make it cold again. And this is what I suspected. I was talking to my wife yesterday or this morning, and I was like, they're warring with the sun, or God's son, right? Or the creator's son. That they're going to war. They're literally warring with it. Like they're fighting against the sun, and they're losing. They're losing because they have to do it more frequently. I've been tracking this thing for like 4 years, and the more they have to spray more often than they used to. They spray overnight, so like by midday it's probably going to be cloudy. You probably can hardly see the sun. You're probably going to hardly see any blue skies, because they did this yesterday. Because the day before was like 70, but it was cloudy. Or it rains. It's gonna rain because that stuff has to come down. So they do not want you to get direct sunlight. And because I feel like, because it's beneficial, it's gonna activate you. It's gonna do something to you that's positive. It's gonna wake you up. And that's just how I feel, like standing here in the sun. And I watch the birds, I watch the insects, and they all just stand in the sun to get warm. But it's not just about warm. I feel like they're getting some sort of energy from it. They'll just sit there. I've watched this one bumblebee come every year. I don't know if he died already, but he would be like right here, warm himself up. There'd be dragonflies that put their wings out and catch the sun with their wings. The birds all do it. Everything does it. They just stay in the sun and chill out for a little bit, and then they go on their way. And the sun is essential for creation of vitamin D, which helps in the absorption of nutrients from your food. So you need sunlight for proper absorption of nutrients from the foods that you eat. So this is bad for us. Okay, all this stuff that they doing is really bad.